Republicans aren't the only ones blasting the Biden administration's decision to rescind Title 42. Even moderate Democrats worry rolling back the Trump-era measure used to deport migrants during the COVID-19 pandemic will fuel the immigration crisis at the border. Let's get an update from our congressional correspondent, Kilmeny Dukart, who is following the reaction on Capitol Hill. Kilmeny.
Heather, good to be with you. Progressive moderates have hailed this move as the moral and right thing to do. But moderates, on the other hand, have addressed this with a lot more concern. In a statement, Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia called the administration's move a frightening decision, saying we are nowhere near prepared to deal with that influx until we have comprehensive bipartisan immigration reform that commits to securing our borders and providing a pathway to citizenship for qualified immigrants. Title 42 must stay in place. Well, in his press conference on Monday, Republican House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy said the responsibility now lies with Democrats.
We have a discharge petition with more than 210 signatures from Republican members. We hear Democrats talk in the press asking the president not to remove Title 42. This is their opportunity to bring it to the floor. So it really ends with them.
Earlier today, I asked the House Democratic Caucus Chairman Hakeem Jeffries where he stood on the issue.
We're awaiting action from the president and some visibility into how the administration decides to proceed. I have great confidence in the administration in terms of both making sure that we continue to lift up border security while also recognizing that we have laws related to asylum.
The Department of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas says there is a plan in place that includes additional resources when that expires on May 23rd. But Democratic Senators Bob Menendez and Cory Booker are proposing a more phased out version of Title 42 to combat the surge we're going to see in the spring.
And that surge that's already happening. Kilmeny, thank you very much for joining us. Well, now let's talk a little bit more about this with host of Stinchfield right here on Newsmax, one of my favorites, Grant Stinchfield. Great to see you, Grant.
Great to see you, Heather. Thanks for having me on this afternoon.
So what about all this with Title 42? Because Secretary Mayorkas was on CNN, I think it was over the weekend, and he tried to kind of avoid the question when it comes to the numbers of illegal immigrants that have been expelled at the border since we've been using Title 42. He said there's about 7,000 trying to cross the border a day, that about half are sent back using Title 42. But we do know that one of the overall numbers is that 1.7 million since we've been using Title 42 to expel them have been expelled. That's a large number of folks that would now be allowed in.
All right, let me lay out some numbers for you. And I was talking specifically with Border Patrol agents. These are legitimate numbers. In March, 200,000 apprehensions by Border Patrol. About 100,000 of those were sent back under Title 42. So now, do away with that, right? As soon as Biden cancels this program, that 100,000 stays. The other 100,000 of the 200,000 that came in March, guess what? They were set free. This will amount to a catch and release program on steroids. And there is one goal and one goal only for the Democrats, Heather. It is to spread this poverty, uneducated, cheap workforce throughout the nation, and specifically to red states, purple states, to ultimately, as you hear every single one of them talk, including Joe Manchin there, what do they have in it? A pathway to citizenship. This is about amnesty. This is about changing the demographics of America. This is about ensuring a Democrat voter base for years to come. It is a scary, scary process. So this number of 1 million illegals coming into the nation over the next 6 months, I believe that's grossly underestimated just by using the current numbers, and there will be a huge influx because once you have catch and release, that is the #1 driver of illegal immigration into the United States.
Yeah. So at the same time that this administration is lobbying and getting more money when it comes to COVID and dealing with COVID, when it comes to Title 42, they're kind of trying to say it's over and they don't need to use it anymore. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, you know, whether you say it's in the name of COVID or whether you say it's in the name of border security or whether you say it's in the name of the Constitution, it really doesn't matter to me. The bottom line is we have a process to come into this country. To do it legally, there's a process. That probably, we could argue, needs to be fixed in order to speed up the process for good people to come here. But we do have a process. The Democrats want to ignore that. So when they talk about deals, why would Republicans make a deal with Democrats in Congress when this administration has proven, the Obama administration has proven, they don't follow the law?
Yeah.
So if you make a deal usually has laws. If you're not going to follow the laws, then why even bother making a deal? It's not going to work with Democrats. And this plan that came out that Breitbart News released, this is scary. Mayorkas released a plan to his agency saying they are going to accept any excuse on the books in order to come into the United States. They're not going to detain anybody, and they're not sending anybody back. That alone is frightening, Heather.
Yeah, and it's also frightening because you and I both know that there are some Republicans who will make that deal.
Oh, there absolutely are. Look at the Republicans that are going to vote for his Supreme Court nominee. You got Ernst, you got Mitt Romney, you know, the usual suspects. And so this is why really good conservative Republicans, America First Republicans, we need to overwhelm the ballot boxes come the midterms, take back the Senate and take it back by a large majority because we can't even count on all Republicans.
All right, Grant Stinchfield, great to see you. We'll be watching you tonight for sure.
Thanks, Heather. We'll be talking about this tonight. You better believe it.
All right. Tonight, 8 p.m., right here on Newsmax.